All right. So you're like me and many of us. You don't have really anything at home that you can use 24/7 that has the high requirements for a node, and you're crying day and night. You wish you are able to get an online cloud hosting. By the way, this topic is being talked about in the WhatsApp and highlighted in different things you can do. So do consider joining the WhatsApp. Anyway, this specific service provider, Contapo, is one of the least expensive, cheap when it comes to you actually want a cloud VPS service provider. Link is going to be in the description to help you out with some guidelines if you actually want to set up your own node. Depends, of course, on the network, and you still need to meet the condition of the minimum token amount that you need to delegate to the node. Once you do that, you will be a validator. Of course, the rewards are very much different. The validator is better than actually staking. So pretty much they do provide a number of services, cloud VPS, cloud VDS, and it depends on the requirements of the network that you're actually trying to host. So that is important, that you need to know what are you trying to host, because every network has its requirements. Whether you're going to go for a validator, whether you're going to go for an archive, whatever you're going to do, it actually makes a difference when it comes to the virtual CPU, the RAM, and the storage. This is very important, including the internet speed. You need to match the conditions required. Amongst that, you need to match the minimum token required for even doing that. In any case, get free extra storage on your new VPS and 50% off SSD for VDS. So let's look at a different section when it comes to Contapo. This section talks directly about cryptocurrency nodes, blockchain, and Web3 services by Contapo. Amazing. Bitcoin? No. Ethereum? No. Horizon? Maybe. Anyway, you can see that these are specifically tailored for a very specific node. Directly. Let's look at the Flux nodes, and we'll be going into how you can actually start a Flux node even without Contapo, directly on Flux. Alright, so the Cumulus node costs 1131 euros per month. Gives you the requirements because it's specifically tailored for Flux nodes. Affordable prices, database across different regions, scale, standard, lean, first level customer service, and the Numbus node and the highest end one. No setup fee, just pay that amount monthly, and you can add a specific amount to it by transferring your Flux, and you're good to go in hosting your Flux node directly. You do not need to host it on your own PC or actually destroy everything. Alright, so for the IPFS, you have the small node. Looks nice. By the way, this is NFT. You have the medium node and you have the large boy node. Fantastic. Upscale, uptime, very nice for 12 months. Second largest IPFS node host, and so on. Now, the thing that you need to be careful about when it comes to nodes, and that's not the only website that hosts nodes, is just the sheep provider. The cheapest somehow, unfortunately. The thing you need to worry about more is not just I want to host it and that's it. It's how much does the network require of the token it has, and monthly, will I actually get my return of investment, or I'm just getting low amounts and it's not worth it? For instance, let's look at the Bitcoin. You know, that big boy. Anyone who wants to host a full node plus Lightning node, there it is. Amazing. You can host it directly. The thing, I guess, when it comes to hosting something like Bitcoin, the amount that Bitcoin gets you based on its price might be worth it in the long-term run. Consider it. Anyway, let's look at a different website that's more on what we're looking for. We are here at All Nodes. All Nodes is becoming very, very famous and is very expensive. Depends, of course, on what you're doing. So I have the zero fees, right? And it offers us also a fantastic option to see the APR and the market cap. Pretty much, if we try to find Let's go staking. Let's remove the zero fees. Let's try to find the Omni Flex. I think it should be available. Oh, there is Osmosis. Osmosis is at 12.72 APY or APR. And then you have C. You have the different tokens that are for the decentralized. You have the validator nodes. I don't think OmniFlex is going to show, but we'll see. Anyway, asset mantle is actually fantastic in terms of the APY, APR, because it matches exactly the number we're looking for. We're seeking the highest number in the market. So it's the second thing stuck with the OmniFlex currently that provides something like this. So staking can start from just 1 MNTL, very nice. Validator nodes, if you actually want to start one, see these requirements. This is actually what matters. It will require you 1987. Okay, advice total staking, it advises you that that's the amount that you should be staking because it will make a difference. Because the validator can pretty much reject all the nonsense you're doing if all the requirements are not in a good condition. Self-staking, 1 active set, 66 validators. Yes, there isn't a lot of validators for it, not that much. So the issue when it comes to all nodes is the amount that you have to pay monthly. You do not do that, I'm going to pay 360 every month unless you're going to be staking a large amount of the asset itself. Then you will feel, all right, I'm really making some money. Anyway, there's the full node, there's the archive node, the RPC endpoints, the node snapshots, and the monitoring. Why does it have that? Because there are hostings that can connect, all right, by just having the API. The API will work as its link of send and get, and it's possibly cheaper most of the time, but you still will need the RPC endpoints, the node snapshots, the API to access it. And you're just going to be adding those details. We will look actually at one of those service providers, but all nodes is just an option for you to know that it exists pretty much. That's kind of the main thing. If you look at the pricing here, you can actually check per coin, per token. So let's see. All right, it actually is there. So the OmniFlex network, you have an annual discount or you're going to pay monthly. The advanced 320, build 0.4 per hour and a fraction, the uptime, shared server, node, dedicated node, locations, the bandwidth, all right, the priority and the access token and software upgrade automatic. Paid add-on, you can actually have a domain customization and you can add that specific node as something extra, so you're going to be using 2-in-1 scenarios. So it requires heavy amounts of the token and heavy amounts of the money. It's not cheap in any sense. You're going to have to cover two things: the price of the token and also the node for its operational function, because you're hosting it pretty much. So as you can see, different nodes, different APY, different APR, different things you're going to be needing to do. One of the sheep boys is Dash. As you can see this, it's considered from the sheep category. Even if you go to the advanced, as you can see, virtual private server, preferably don't use a shared server. Its resources is trash. 1 gigabyte priority support. Now for you to even start a node on Dash, you're going to be needing a large amount. That's usually difficult for people to have. Heavy on the money. But Dash actually pays very, very, very well. You'll be set for life. All right, let's move into the next website we're looking at. Hey, congratulations, you made it to Piconia platform. Another one of those good boys that you actually need to know that they exist. And we're going to stop after Piconia because there's much more when it comes to nodes, when it comes to how to do this stuff. So Piconia, you can consider it a service provider like all those nice service providers. Let's imagine you are like me, right? You heard that there is different crypto tokens, doesn't matter, centralized, decentralized, flying in the air, bleeding everywhere, doesn't matter, right? And then, all right, there's something called Noxia. People are actually doing that. There's so many different tokens. There's Evo nodes, right? And you ask yourself, okay, if I wanted to do something like this, actually put my tokens, host the tokens, start earning some of that sweet validator money, what should I do? The first thing you should do is select the token. See how much you're going to be needing from the token and see the APY, APR of the token. Amazing, right? You can see a couple of things. The return of investment, ROI, is very important, all right? And how many nodes are there and how much is required from that token and the price of the token. You do not enter into this not knowing what you're doing and acting dumb, because you will lose a lot of money. All right, so we're looking, for instance, at this SYS coin, all right? The price is 0.04, which matches our category of we're broke, sheep, dirt, right? The return of investment is 7.42. Okay. The nodes, it's not heavy saturated, but getting there. The required amount is 100K. Okay, it shows you the minimum worth. And I pretty much ignore that scenario and just go and see more details here. So if we actually validate that minimum amount, the daily income will be like this, the weekly income is going to be like this, the monthly income is going to be exactly like this, and the yearly income is going to be that number, right? Fantastic. We can see the market cap, the price, the volume. We can see also more details related to the master node. And yes, the master nodes pay more and they're better. So master node, the return of investment 7.42. The paid reward for the master node, the AVG master node reward frequency, how much does it actually generate, start giving you anything. The active nodes number 2599. The required coin for the master node, the master node worth, and the master node cap. Fantastic. Let's imagine we actually want to see on our own how much will that 100K scenario actually cost us. We'll either go into CoinGecko and try to find that token, right? Or let's first try to find it, SYS coin, SYS coin. There it is. Yes, the price is correct. Okay. Now let's actually add that 100K and see. So 1000K is equal to 49. Another 0, that's 10K. Another one, that's 4,976 USDT. So what do we learn from this? Of course, we need to go back first. That the price of the node itself, the master node, is accurate on the website, because aside from these tokens that you'll need to have, and you're going to be sending it and putting it on the network, you're going to be you will have to pay for the hosting also. So let's go back to the website and try to find a better option. All right, so we're back on the option searching, and this website, Konya platform, is highly recommended, highly advised in being good in the details and accuracy. You have the links, you have their social media, you have launch master node now, you can host it, you have the markets, and you have the different price data, including the return of investment calculations. So what do we do to speed ourselves up? We see the amount required. Okay, we want something that doesn't require a large amount. Even if we're going to set it and it's going to give us trash amounts, still it will be better than nothing. So we're only going to be focusing on the return of investment and the amount needed. The higher the amount, the more difficult it is for us to pay for it. The lower the amount, the easier it is for actually us to start. All right, so this gives us 500, and it's equivalent to 391 USD dollars. So we can actually focus on something like this. So we'll open it, we'll see the return of investment. That is an insane amount when it comes to the ROI. 96.05. Insane. So the current price is 0.7, and we actually need from it equivalent to 500 OSMI. And that 500 OSMI is going to generate this daily, this weekly, this monthly, and this yearly. Now, I don't know about you, but I would love to get that amount monthly and set up a number of these nodes, OSMI regular. So by doing that, you'll actually begin to understand more that, all right, I don't care about the token. I care about, can I set it up? Can it actually generate some money? Can it actually be beneficial for me on the long term? Or I'm just going to be wasting my time again and again and again. This one is actually very famous currently, Rapturum RTM. You can see the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the yearly. By the way, this number, okay, it can be increased. The more RTM you have, all right, the more the number will increase accordingly. So how much RTM does it require? Required coin for master node, this number. How much is that in USDT or USD? This number, 541. By the way, you can set multiple nodes. It's not a death scenario of I will die and I will only set one node, and that's as far as I can go in reality, and I'm always going to be dirt cheap poor. These nodes, after you set them up, they will keep paying and they will stay online, and there will be a source of income that will cover the expenses of the starting. And if they ever go down, you can just take your coins, sell it, and just move on to another one. But at that time, you've already generated enough income to cover the expenses that you paid originally. So you have the money, you gained your money back, you gained some more money, and you still have that asset. So it's still a win situation because you didn't lose anything. All right. Simple direction, you can select something like this, XMR. You can see specifically tokens related to that. You can select the tip 3, right? And you can look at all of them, read their information, visit their website, do the research before investing even a single dime, and see, are they going to stay in the market long term? Do they actually generate income? Are they going up or are they going down? And by the way, the ones that are going down, that's the time for us to enter because it's cheaper at that time. The cheaper it is, the better it is for us to easily enter. And the less validators it has, the better it is also. How do we know? It's from the nodes and the master nodes in numbers. The less nodes, the better. So for instance, you have something like this. All right, it has not that much sufficient nodes and master nodes. One of the reasons is it's insane in the numbers it can give, so it probably will be expensive. If it can be matched on the amounts, yeah, we're good to go. This actually is acceptable, even though it's gonna be worth 1495.11, 2500 needed. But once you look at these returns of investment for monthly, this number will pay more in 2 months than your original investment of this number. So nodes do have potential, and you can always look at the information of host, DEX, trade, look at it, and so on. Now, if you do click on hosts, it will show you the hosting plan, right? Just so you understand the entire cycle. And yes, it's a very cheap hosting plan where you really actually need to worry about getting the tokens itself. And yes, everything is going to be set by Pecunia in terms of your listing, even though it's technical and very long and very annoying the first time you do it. It becomes like water the second time. So the Pecunia listing, the Pecunia hosting, you can see that the hosting is cheap. You can select the deals of 3 months or 6 months. You're going to be hosting your server node or master node, 6 USD. That's it. 6 months. You're going to pay for the hosting and you're good to go. And you also have the second option hosting, the 99 hosts, and we're going to be checking that website, but apparently it's not working for this specific token. So regardless, there is no hosting and there is no hosting provider that you're going to pay that amount, and it's hosted. That's it. You have already your master node and you're good to go. It is worth doing as soon as you selected a token. And yes, on the channel, we're going to be doing that insanity of selecting one of these tokens, getting the amount needed, purchasing it, showing the process, adding it to the exchange network, putting it on, turning on the node, and buying the hosting. We're gonna be doing all of that, so wait for it on the channel. The most important thing is it does offer you an opportunity at a very good passive income without you doing anything. The more nodes you start building up and growing, it becomes easier the more money you actually have. You're not gonna be pathetically poor forever. And many people are doing this already. It's not like we're creating the wheel from the start. And since the market is now down and in shit land, it's good when it comes to we want things that are already in shit land that can generate income. Why? Because the token will eventually rise, the market will eventually go up, and a number of them are already going up standalone. Some going up, some going down. The ones going down, it becomes cheaper for us to even start because we'll be able to purchase it. See this? This is for 85. When the market goes up, it's going to be much more expensive. Still, with this shit scenario that is currently in, this is very good because you can set up multiple ones of these and you still are gaining better revenue, better income without you doing anything. And this price is fantastic. I would actually select this and host it. Even if it's shit in numbers now, it will eventually go up. So all of this is something we really need to consider in doing. Again, the link is going to be in the description, and we're going to be stopping at this specific point when it comes to websites because there's so much more. But these two specific websites, Piconia and the other one, Contapo, they're good. But of course, Piconia is much cheaper, more affordable, more nicer, and you pretty much are going to be knowing what you're going to be doing. See that? Deploy node, view the coin statuses, look at the different markets, how it looks, price data, giving you the return of investment, the reward for the master node, the frequency of the reward, how many active master nodes are there, the required coin, and how much it's going to cost you, and the market cap. With these details, you'll be a happy boy in knowing, all right, this is what's going to be needed, this is what I need, how much I'm going to be paying, how much I'm going to be getting, is it worth it or not? And yes, it can be very much worth it with cheap hosting that's very straightforward and direct without all the insanity of, oh, master nodes, I don't know how to set a master node, oh, it's expensive. Piconia platform already has so many videos online. You can just follow it and you'll be able to set it on your own without the need for anyone. They also have their website, they also have their support. You also can check your dashboard and check your nodes all in one. So it's a very, very, very good scenario. And actually, Piconia just freezes your assets. It doesn't really exit from your wallet because this is one of the critical points we all hate and annoys us. Because it doesn't exit from your wallet, but it gets encrypted and locked and you cannot do anything with it, but the data is still sent out to the network and to the hosting. You can pretty much turn off your PC after setting it up and just monitor it from a distance and you're fine, you're good to go. Because the assets do not actually travel, go through the exchange, come back, swap, and all that nonsense. So your assets are actually always in your wallet, the wallet that you're going to have to download, do the software cycle, set up the transfers, set up the addresses, send to that address, and then delegate it to the hosting and the network. All of that will save you that your assets are still locked in your wallet. Your wallet, you pretty much turned off your PC. It's not going to see the light of internet ever again. And it's pretty much just registering a number and using it on the hosting and using that data for delegation and validation and all that nonsense for a master node. By doing that, you don't have to worry about your assets being stolen because it's no longer actually online per se. It's no longer actually on the node itself online. So yeah, that also is a security point that actually gives some comfort that you're not going to be screwed up if you set it up yourself on the website and on the wallet without anyone helping you. Just follow the steps once we actually select one and do the steps. All right, we're going to stop here in terms of giving information. We shared a bunch load of things you need to unpack. Any links you're looking for are going to be in the description. Any updates you're looking for related to how the market is doing, what are we doing, all that scenarios, do let me know in the comment section. And let me know which service provider did you like. Is it going to be Piconia platform or is it going to be actually Contabo. By the way, Piconia platform is one of the oldies. It's old. It's really old. It's been around for a long period of time. And like always, do your own research before you do anything stupid or allocate or listen to any YouTuber's advice when it comes to your money. We are not financial advisors. You need to do your own research, take your own accountability, check on Piconia platform, see if you like them or you don't like them, see their history, their background, and they've been in the market how long. And the last thing we're going to be leaving you with is a view of how the market is going into shit, and you can enjoy seeing that. Look at that. Bitcoin, boop. Ethereum, XPR, boop. Sol, boop. USDC, Dodge, red, 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 red. Beautiful, right? Very reddish, very inspiring, giving top inspiration of losses and how it looks. Let's actually look at the news. Oh, look at that. All terrible news, all reddish. Most things are getting destroyed. Look at that. I just made a test portfolio. It will show you how actually if you buy a token, how is it gonna earn, how is it gonna function on CoinGecko. So this is actually consider it like the test scenario. This isn't real assets. Okay, shows you the price, it shows you the coin, it shows you the overview of the time allocation, how much is it gonna earn, how much is the market going. Pretty much you can start one of these just to observe a token, and you're not gonna pay anything. There is no real transactions or real money added. It's just showing you with fake test money. All right, so we're losing money. Amazing. You can create a portfolio like that to monitor a token. And pretty much the market is currently screwed, and we're like the vultures who want to benefit and actually gain as much as possible while it's going down so we can have more. So set up one of these so you can actually enjoy watching how you can lose money. How you can lose money of money you do not have. You don't hold this token, and then you add a new transaction, and then you add Sol. And let's imagine we are going to buy 2 Sols at transaction. Okay. And then while you're on your main profile, you can actually switch between the tokens by selecting the asset. And voila, we have that amount that's been invested, okay, as if we bought it. And then we can see, all right, so for 1 year, what's going to happen in 7 days? We're already losing money, so let's go into 90 days. So the graph might keep going down, so we're screwed even before we bought it. And we can look at the community, the market, the news, the yield, and all those details. It's a good application for you to actually monitor and see, if I buy this token, how screwed up can I be? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you do have any questions, because a lot was unpacked in this video, do let me know. And definitely we'll see you in an upcoming video. And do set a profile for different tokens and watch how the token will go into oblivion as time progresses until the market actually refreshes itself. And hopefully by the time that happens, we bought enough tokens. We are more happier now, because those tokens, when it comes to, for instance, AVIX, the price will increase again and it will recover. And because, as you can see, in 7 days it went 14.84, and now it's going 24-hour scenario 2.20. So the price is going down, 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 as you can see. Let's look at that. How much? Oh, it's 96.35. By the way, you can change the currency itself. That's equivalent to 21.73. By changing it to your local currency, you pretty much know how much is going to be screwed up or in a good condition. By doing that, you can just follow different things, get to know more of the crypto world and how things can go bad so fast. And last thing before we end the video, again, if you have any questions, do leave them in the comments. Omniflex, the thing we started with and we were talking about, let's actually see the potential of Omniflex. So Omniflex did a couple of moves in the past week or 2 weeks. Pretty much if we look at 1 month, right? So it was in a shit scenario of going near 0.04, and now it started to go, as you can see, that increase. So from 0.045, 0.050, 55, 0.06, and then it went down, as you can see, the market cap and the volume. And pretty much it's going up and down with a historical number of all-time high 0.1. That's its all-time high. So this actually makes a difference, because if it reaches its all-time high, you actually can gain some good amounts of money. For instance, if we're going to buy 1000 flex, which I recommend to start with that. If you cannot, then just buy 200. If you cannot, then just buy 50 at least, and you're good to go. 2.95 USDT or USD. So if we actually have the monies and the capacity, and we decide willingly, I'm gonna buy 1000, 58.95. So the lower the price goes, the more we can buy flexes, and the price will increase in the future, and we'll be making the good money return. Alright guys, thanks so much, and definitely we'll see you in an upcoming video. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section, and leave a like and a comment and a subscription, where the channel is dying so easy, so fast.